Hello and hi everyone, welcome to this video, and this video is going to be about the seminar that we had in IBA calling, and it's especially about how international students can get jobs in Denmark. Well, it's a tough procedure. It's going to be a lot of hardships, but this seminar is going to make it somewhat easy. So what steps we need to take as an international student, where and how can we make our CV more attractive to our prospective job employers. So all those things have been discussed in this seminar. So you can just go through it. The video is long, but it will definitely benefit you. I really liked it, so I hope you like it too. And there are complete slides that I have put, and whatever slides the presenter had used, I have used everything over here, and hope you will be benefited by it to the max. See you in the video, and let's continue watching.
Plan how you spend your time, how you dedicate different slots. Then you need to set some daily and weekly goals, as well as to do some to-do lists, which you can check off once you did. And it's also a matter of like having a balance, so you don't burn out and you don't get demotivated once you get maybe like a rejection, or and then you don't want to proceed on because you find it super like delicate or hard to move on for every time you get rejected. Yes, you are a product. So yes, sure.
My question is it really possible to get a job within 6 months to stay in Denmark, or is there any example previous that some people did and they are still?
I think everything is possible if you believe it, if you try it, if you don't give up. Secondly, there's different kind of like industries and different kind of people who are applying, but obviously it is possible. I just had a dedicated a couple of months with Ukrainians due to the war. They came here, and there are a lot of professionals with a lot of skills and competencies. But due to the language barrier, they could not find a job. So we kind of like stepped in, and we helped them. We had a group of people, like three different groups, where it was people from 18 till 65 with the different needs. And yeah, of course, it's challenging because the companies sometimes not willing to spend the time and invest the time because it's hard. Like in different industries, like for instance, if you are into the like teaching, then they would go like, oh yeah, but it's in English, and then parents requiring Danish, or the director of the school doesn't really speak very well English, so it will be also hard for her to speak with the colleague in English. So I was like, okay, so basically you don't want to go an extra mile in order to get a professional employee. So it is matter. Sometimes you will be ghosted. Sometimes you won't receive an answer, but you need to try. And also sometimes maybe you need to go one step down, according like to your professional competencies and skills. Maybe like not getting the dream job at the beginning, but then you maybe start, or you enter into the company, and then you grow into the company because you will present yourself and you will show how quickly you're learning, what you can contribute to the company, and all of these things. So there's chances, and of course, but it requires time and patience. So, and we will also get back to you because statistically, I will show you later. There is some like different numbers. How many like applying you need to do before you actually get called into the first interview, and how many interview at least you need to go through before you can maybe actually get a job. So, but before you can do all of this, you need to work on your own product, which means you need to sell yourself. So you need to know yourself, you need to test yourself, and you need to sell yourself. For that reason, this is just a table where you can work at home as well. There is like three different types of job. It's a dream job. It's the job you would like most likely do and work for like in your everyday life. And then there's okay job, the one I said maybe you need to step down once to start maybe like if you are professional, if you're holding a degree, master degree, but you can maybe start as a cleaner and then you can grow. Like I did it as well in the beginning because I'm not Danish, so I started exactly the same way as you did, and you will do. So you type three different jobs. Like dream job can be also a job which you will never be achieving, but it's still motivating, like because you need to write what kind of skills and competences, what forces, what obstacles, what solutions, what kind of network you need to bring into the along to get the job in the field. And there's also a lot of tests in the Jobindex website, which are completely free, where you can just test yourself, because it's a nice way to understand who you are and how you react in different situations. It's also made out of the like Danish market, like how what they require and how, like basically it's personality test, but still was a little hint like to Danish market. So you can do it. It's absolutely free. You can really like surf freely in jobindex.dk, and then you can find them easily. So, but this is something you can always do and redo for many times as soon as you're thinking any different branches in like in the future. Because today maybe you have one wish, suddenly you understood that your competences and skills maybe also would be needy in a different branch. So you can basically try to sell and write for and against what you can contribute and what you need to upscale, basically to sell yourself best. um, and this is also how you can like complete to the table I showed you before. So basically there is a two models. You need to take a problem and you need to take some action in order to obtain some result. So basically write it down. It's like a storytelling somehow. So I did this in order to and how I proceed, what did I made some changes in order to come to the result. Basically, you need to find some kind of positive stories, something which worked out for you, and out of these, you can see what worked best. Like what did you do since you achieved the positive result. If you don't have such stories yet, you can try to maybe, like as I said, it's a storytelling. Create someone in your head, like how would you proceed in order to obtain the positive result. And there is a different model which called FAB. It's called something different in Danish, but it's feature, advantage, and benefits. So you also need to apply like what are your advantages in order to obtain the best benefits out of it. So out of these models, and also with these like actions, you can add them to the table I showed you before in order to write all these forces, obstacles, uh, to see like how you can contribute, how you can what you can mention, what you can promote for the recruiters, HRs, and the companies. But that also requires a lot of networking, and obviously you don't have a huge network in you maybe have it within the within this other students, maybe the lecturers, all of the people who are in the same branch and the same direction you are studying right now. But you need to expand network. And network, it's everything. It's social medias. It's all of the job network sites. It's insurance fund. It's directors, managers, anyone you can get in hold of. You use the contacts. Even though you don't know people, you still, if you have a like a structured question, if you know like really what you want to hear, like what kind of answer you want to hear, then you can easily take hold of any a recruiters or anyone. And with that you can also dig in our archive. I will show you later as well how to do that, because in the job index we store all of the job posters for the last 10 years. The reason we do that, because first of all, there are so many things like job titles. People don't know. Like when I'm asking somebody, like, what kind of job are you looking for? And they don't know. So because you don't know the job titles, so you can dig into the archive, you can see what kind of titles the company, when they do the posters, what kind of titles they're like looking for, as well as all of the requirements for the skills, what will be the competences, qualifications they would need in a future candidate, which mean you write them down, because these are the keywords as well, and these also the most important thing in your CV, both in your real CV or application as well as in job index. Because how many of you, by the way, have a job index profile? Okay, most of you guys. But I might as well, if I will later on take any of your profile and check, I will see the probably empty profile, like more less filled in 15%. That's what I see when I attend all of the international citizen students workshops, or like in Copenhagen. They come, they have a empty profile, and there's like we never get referrals, we never get messages, we never get offers. I was like, but there's nothing to kind of like to see in your profile in order to send you an offer, because we have a match department of 40 people who is daily sitting and matching the candidates through the job posters. But how they do that? They highlight the keywords which is repeating in your profile. So basically, your job index CV, it's a broader profile. So you can add as much as you can. It can be anything, volunteer, like any like trainees, anything you did which can have an effect, or maybe for your future, you need to add it, because it's nothing you send to the company, it's just there. So you're more often the keywords of your skills repeating in the profile, you're more chances that the match department will highlight those qualifications which companies asking for. So basically, all of the network, back to the network, all of the network and all of the things where you can, which recruiters you can maybe call to or write an email to ask maybe some questions according to your profile CV. What do you require? Like what the job is about. To understand it more specifically, you can dig into our archive and you can find the contact details, you can find the requests from the company, you can find the job titles, which also help you to create your own personal CV and resume, because you will need a nice, a proper, super concrete headline, as well as all of these skills, which are not your personal skills, like structured, personally nice, but your professional skills. And I will also talk about it a little bit later. So network, it can be everything. It can also be through your Instagram profile. I mean, anything where you have the interest to meet someone, expand it, do it. Don't hold yourself back. The worst case scenario, you will get no answer or no, but most likely you will always get something out of it. It's like a never ending like process, rotating. So from one small concept to the like bigger short, and then how you can maybe enter to some proper direct contact to the company you maybe wish to work for. Here is a little bit of like how the market is today, in which industries, and where is like available positions. So you can look into like there's industry and craft. There's more than 500 available position at the moment. It's in Kolding and nearby areas. Office in finance 360. Other positions, it's also like a service positions. We call them other positions in the job index. Statistics, trade and service 281, engineering and technology 245, management and staff 245, social and health 219, sales and communications 205, information technology 126, and teaching 124. It's a lot of available positions. Not all of them requires Danish. So basically, you can also like, even though you're not need to start now, I guess you all need to start already yesterday. you can still like dig in, wipe, and see how is the marking, what is the requirements, like how what are they requiring in a future candidate, just to have an idea how you can contribute, and how also out of these things what are they asking for, you can implement it to your CV and resume, both in Jobindex and your own personal CV, as well as on your LinkedIn, because you also have some kind of like a little story about yourself, and also will help you to put in words things, because one thing that you know, another things when you come and putting it in words, that's where you get stuck. How do graduates get the first job? So basically, more than half, 50%, usually get their first job through the advertised job position, job poster, which means you find on Jobnet, Jobindex, LinkedIn, and then a rest is usually finding their first job through the application they send, as well as 24%. Sorry, you, as I said you before, 24 application needs to be at least to be sent in order to get some positive response. So it's not like you get you send your first CV and then you get a job, you land the job. Basically, it requires patience and time. Somebody is lucky, somebody is less lucky, so you need to give it a shot, and you need to try until you, whether you are sending it, whether you are handing it, whatever, but you need to go out there, and it's basically getting out of your comfort zone and never give up. So until you get a first answer, as well as minimum between 2 and 3 interviews required for you to actually land the job. So you will need to attend some interviews, which is also good. All the interviews in your future, it's only a good thing, because it's your own basically training thing. Whether you are not planning to like, even if it's not your dream job, and you're maybe it's for some reason not the job which is fitting in your profile, or like time on your timeline right now, you can still come to the interview, because that's how you train yourself to talk about yourself, to sell yourself, to see what kind of questions they're asking, because most likely it's the same questions. It's different branches, of course, different requirements, but most likely it will be the same questions, so you can kind of see how is the interviews like going on. And also, as for the interviews, at any point of your life, it doesn't matter how old are you, how many years you've been working, the best question, the best thing to do when you enter for the interview, you need to ask them, because then you will hear a lot of information about the company and what are they actually looking for. When you ask them, what did make you curious about my profile? So you basically put the stones on their shoulders, and they will start talking. And then you need to listen, because they need to listen carefully what they're going to be saying. They're going to be saying a lot what they see in your profile, and then you can complete these things which they already like highlighted, and maybe build on that, you will sell yourself. So always ask these questions. A lot of recruiters are not prepared for these questions. They also kind of like get stoned. That's what I experienced. That was my boss experience, who is 58 years old and who've been working in different branches for like, I don't know, 35 years plus. So this is the questions they're not prepared for. So basically, they will do your job. So this is something you need to write down at any time. You will see the reaction, and it will help you a lot through the interview. That's nothing written here, but this is something you just type in and you remember it forever. Then you need to be aware of that 99% of the recruiters or the hiring managers, they always will check your you as a candidate. Usually they do it through the LinkedIn. Most of them, some of them do through some social medias, which mean Facebook, or I don't know, even Instagram maybe now these days, because it's popular, as well as different platforms. But the most professional hiring managers always read your application and checking your profile online. Distracted. So they check your resume, but 67% they check your application. But which means sometimes you send your cover letter, sometimes you won't. And sometimes you make the job easier for them because they only have to read your resume, like your CV. But if you send both, they will most likely see your professional CV, because they have usually like 7 seconds to check, skim your profile, and then on to the next one. You can also get the professional help with your CV and application with us. We used to do it a lot. We used to have a break because we're quite busy now. Jobindex, we have like 1,000 visitors every month, and we do attend a lot of international meetings, like politician meetings. But since I'm here today, I will personally reply to your once. I will give you my email. Once you create your profile or fill in after the information you will receive today, you can maybe have a little like question mark, like whether you did it good or not, whether you maybe need to fill in something more or remove something. And for that reason, once you filled in properly, as you think you did, then you can send me an email to have an extra look at your profile, whether it's good or not, whether it's complete correctly. So I will personally, like with this group of people, reply you with my comments and my feedback. So you can start with us, but you can also there's different job search networks where you can ask for help. There is one in Kolding here on the main square, as far as I know, called Power Job Sune. The boss of mine, like my chief, she's the one who created this job search network. You can also dig in there, greet people, and ask them questions. They all speak English, so it won't be any challenges. There's also things like insurance fund. I don't know if you are a part of it. You already Google it up, because that's something which is super important in the Danish market. Like everybody use it. It's kind of like your insurance if you lose job, if you have any questions, if you have any legal problems. So for that reason, you can always get in hold of them, because they do provide a lot of courses, a lot of tests, as well as you can find on our website. You can also see like all kind of like courses, lectures, webinars, podcasts, which can be suitable for you guys. So and you, again, as I said, you can get in hold of them, as well as you can get in hold of the recruiters. If you get some contact through our archive, you can ask people to maybe like spend a couple of minutes to give you some feedback, or look into your CV, what you can what they can contribute and what you can do better. As well as all of these things with unsolicited application. A lot of people say like this is something not professional. I wouldn't find it suitable for to send because it's a harassment of the company. No, but it's sometimes they do get ghosted, and usually, like if it's not a job poster, then you probably maybe not gonna get an answer. They can either reply you with automatic reply that they will store your CV or profile details for like 6 months, according to the GDPR. But most likely you will not hear from them. But it is actually a very good thing for the smaller companies, because big companies usually ignore, but smaller companies will always like you will always get a better luck and chance to get some answer and to be considered. So try with the smaller companies with the unsolicited application. And here you can see the link to the where you can like where you do the normal search for a job in a website. In our website, you can see here at the edge there is posting dates, like 7 weeks old, 1 month old, and then the very bottom, when you scroll down, there will be an archive. And in archive, you can find anything you need, and you dig in and you see the job title, the requirements, the qualifications, the contacts to the correct directors, recruiters, and hiring managers, which you can call to. But be aware of when you're calling and contacting the company, you need to have a proper structured question because it's wasting of their time and your time. And if you want to be remembered from the good side, you need to ask something which you let's say if you're calling about a job poster which is now available, which is active, but then uh, referring to that old job poster you found, you can see what they were looking previously. So basically it maybe can be already described in the new job poster, so you don't need to ask questions which is already stated. So you need to read it correctly and very carefully, and then find something which is not applied or informed in this job poster. So basically, having a question which is not repeating or which is something you could rate yourself to in the job poster. Otherwise, it will be absolutely like it's a joke, basically. And then once you're gonna send the information, usually when you call into the company, they remember you. So once your profile will arrive, like you will send your CV, they will probably like remember that they had a little chit chat with you, and how was it, positive or negative. So this is about the archive and how you can find it in our website. Mhm. Then you need to keep your options open widely, which means you need to use all the channels you can. As I mentioned previously, JobNet, they just launched like made a new version of the profile, which is much easier. It's absolutely not the biggest platform, because if you see the difference between Jobindex and the JobNet maybe is a third part of the job posters which we have in Job Index. So usually we are the biggest one, not because I'm working for the company, but it is statistically it's proven, and we have most visitors. We have people who land in job. So you might as well see all of these positions with us. It's the same, but JobNet sometimes they do post job posters due to the like take into consideration that there are people from who comes internationally, like you guys, because they maybe will post more job posters which have the language barrier, so we'll take the consideration too that you might not speak Danish, so you may be, but they're very locally like based. So but yeah, there is a chance that you can have few more into the your puzzle, than with us, because with us, like we did with Ukrainians, we ask all the companies, because we collaborate and have like long relations with all the company. When we got this group of people from Ukraine, we ask all the companies, our sales department, that whenever you make a new job poster, please, even though it's written like fluent Danish, it's must keep, or like will be a bonus, then it's also possible that an Ukrainian will apply only with English. So they kind of like those kind of jobs, JobNet have more than we do, because when you read all the requirements in the job index job posters, you will most likely see like Danish is a must. It's 99%. But sometimes, even though it's written Danish is a must, don't look at it, still apply. Because a lot of companies, this is just this like something they need to write in job posters, but not really mean at the very end. So you can not limit yourself by applying, basically. So job index, LinkedIn, of course, all of the job search network, as well as the Power Job Suen, the one you have in Kolding. There's only three now in Denmark. It's in Copenhagen, it's here, and it's in Norway. So you're lucky to have one. And as well, you can ask questions. You can there's different kind of like presentations they do. You can also attend, and it's completely free. It's run by volunteers, simply like people who come and put some sources, some time, and expanding the feedback with each other. So you might as well use the opportunity. Friends and family, Power Job Syöne. It's right on the in the middle of the main square. As soon as you exit the main station, there's post office, like on your right, if you exit the main station, and there is like two entrance, one white and one like kind of bluish. That's Power Job Syöne. Yeah, but I mean, it's right on the main square. Like you can't avoid to see it. It's on your right as soon as you exit it, because you go through like kind of like 7-Eleven or some shop, and then you come on the main square. It's on your right. Power. It's one word. Power Job Syöne. So basically, it's Power Job Seekers. Yeah. They will have different information, some kind of like presentations. They do like nice lectures. There's a lot of things, and it's absolutely free because it is run by volunteers. Uh, don't forget your own network, friends and family. Yes, because that's important. You never know. Maybe somebody heard something, and then they are not qualified for that job, but you are. So you can might as well exchange your old like small news, something you heard, something you read, something like a commercial you've seen. You never know where you're gonna get the positive idea. Coffee meetings also very very popular in Denmark. You can get in hold of like for your sake. I don't know if any of you maybe had a like little a side job like as a barista or something while you were studying. Could be, but you could get in hold of the your lectures and maybe do a coffee meeting with them, so they can actually notice your profile and maybe recommend you something or recommend you to the company, or maybe like exchange a couple of words with the hiring manager and say like, you know what, I have a one profile in mind. Because once you like ask for the coffee meeting or a little short meeting, it can be 3 to 5 minutes. You already kind of like made yourself appear like for the person, so he have you in mind. So this is also a very good idea for you, because you can start with that since your network is very limited here. And also, don't forget to search small and big. As I said before, don't go for the big shot. Start small, but as well as bigger chances to get something out of it with the smaller companies. And you can also find them in Jobindex, as well as in LinkedIn and JobNet. Yes. Here is the most of the channels which are Danes using for to find jobs when they're applying. So Jobindex, as I said, number one, because we just launched the new Job Insight report, and we asked 10,000 people on the streets, different ages, different branches, somebody unemployed, what are they like? What are they experiencing while they're looking for a job? What kind of replies they get? How long does it take? How many applications they send? All of these things you can also find it on Jobindex, just to see statistically how are they applying, and take into consideration that how old are they, because somebody thinks that like salary is the problem, somebody thinks the language barrier, somebody thinks that like when you're international, like you're not from here, it's kind of harder because there's some discrimination. So there's different opinions, different answers, and basically that's what's holding you away to get a job, like. So yeah, most likely you will use Jobindex and LinkedIn. Few people are using social medias, but there is different groups on Facebook which you can use. Instagram, it's less. You know, we ask also people, they said even TikTok sometimes can lend you a job. So you never know. You can try as well all the channels, because you have all the time, and you can see what kind of like replies, what kind of results you're getting out from which from like single channel. for your future job search. As well as how to get selected on Jobindex. I mentioned earlier about the match department, that we have physically 40 people daily who is matching the profiles due to the job posters. It's not robots, it's actual people we have. We have 250 people working in our office daily. So, which I didn't knew either, because I joined the Jobindex for 3 years ago, and I thought it was simply like robotics, like, who was replying. So there is actual people who are doing this job from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. every day, where they by the way, highlighting your keywords, your competences, skills to the job posters. So for that reason, you need to brainstorm all of the academical words, like skills, which you can fill into your profile, which can be repeating. They can be repeating in your headline. They can be repeating in your competences field. They can also be a job title, some of the keywords. They can also be repeating in your professional presentation, which needs to be short as well, like maximum 5 lines. So you need to bring it on to your CV. Start with Jobindex, because as well, it's not official, it's not the one you send to the company, so you might as well fill it in and to see, and you can add every day, because that's also how you work with the profile. As more as you updating your profile, as more higher you get, and be visible for the recruiters and for our match department. Make a master CV already, starting from Jobindex Bruder CV. You need to get your bullet points in. You need to make sure to add everything which is relevant for your with your experience. Basically, everything. What kind of level of language? Not just adding like Danish, English, and your mother tongue, but also pointing out in which level, like maybe yeah, you need, because sometimes like yeah, I speak 3 languages, but then you come to the interview, it's nothing. Or so basically you need to be like super clear. And you can edit also in there is a professional description, and there is like personal description. All the certificates, all the courses you took, if you have some certificates recently or back in the days, add them on. If you did some volunteer jobs at some point, add it on. Everything you can mention, because you will never know what can be highlighted in the future job poster, and they can refer to you and get in hold of you. So do it like fill it in 99%, as much as you can. It requires maybe an hour of your time to do it once, and then you can update. You can always add on anything you just obtain, like new course or anything. You've been you check new webinar, you listen new podcast, it gave you some ideas, add it on, like all of these skills, all of these keywords, you need to mention it, because and they will be repeating like a few times in your profile. Then it would mean you will be more visible and more qualified for the job poster. And yeah, you need to use your space wisely, which means, as I said, there is personal skills and there is professional skills. You can might as well mention maybe 5 to 10 keywords, or your 5 to 10 professional skills. Personal skills, but you need to think about everything. And when I say professional skills, it's the one which is any programs you work with. Like if you are a shark in Excel, don't write just Office, just write Excel, so they know that you anything which can bring in like your academic experience, bring it in as a keyword to your skills, because that's actually the most important field. In Jobindex CV, there is three top three. There is a headline, who you are, 3 to 5 words. There is skills, competences, and there is no loft for them. So you can add, like, I don't know, 500. You can start to add 100, and then you can add 5 for every day, as soon as you come up with something relevant. And there is job titles. You need to be specific with what you're looking for. There is a loft of 10, so you might as well write 5 in Danish, 5 in English, because sometimes the title is in Danish, but the rest of the job poster is in English. Or sometimes they use the international job title, but the rest of the job poster is in Danish. So, and it can be win-win for you, even like if you just simply translate 5 from Danish to English, or the other way around. So, but you need to fill in all of the 10. So you kind of like have a broader search. This we talked about. And then you need to create your business card. This is more suitable probably like for the LinkedIn, but anywhere like on you need to be aware of that. You need to have a nice professional presented image of yourself as a picture, cover image. That's probably for the LinkedIn, because you have a space. You can write. You can have a picture of some, like, or some illustration which supports your professionalism. So basically, your professional experience. Then the headline, which is super important because that's who you are. So you need to find a nice, proper description of who you are, which is super concrete, short, straight to the point. And then in about section, you can write the relevant values which you can contribute to the company, kind of like still describing yourself. Filled in CV, and the keywords anywhere, even like in your Instagram profile, in your bio, you can write who you are with with the keywords. So keywords is something you easily run out. I will ask later on. We will do a group workshop. You will need to write down who you are, take into consideration what you just learned. So basically, your academical experience, and bringing into the words how you can describe yourself with like maybe 10 to 15 words, keywords. And I promise you that you will have 3, and then you will be stuck already, because it's very, very hard to describe, to put everything in words. It's one thing that I can do this and that, and I can talk for hours, but straight to the pulling point, it's always people stuck at that point, as well as I said, job titles and how you can. And it's also you will see it once you will, if you train the table I show you earlier, was how you can come to your dream job, your okay job. You will need to put these keywords in action, like, and then you will see how quickly you can describe yourself. Also, when you are attending the interview, you will maybe like have a little presentation of yourself, and then recruiter usually ask you like a professional ones. They will go like, how are you? You said you're structured. That's not a professional. That's basically a personal skill. How are you structured? So you need to answer, how is it you are structured? But you need to say how you can contribute to the company, and also using your actual, that you can usually using your actual skills, like basically you need to answer this question in short, and that for that reason you will need to have the keywords, because usually there's 3 keywords which is completing the one professional personal skill. So 1, I will do it by doing it quicker. 2, I will do it like, so basically it's a storytelling at the very end, how to sell it. And you need to have a different keywords, how you can build in and describe yourself, how can you act, so you can show how you're proactive. It's very easy when you're saying it, but it's very, very hard when you come to the point. Prepare your job interview. Before you come to the interview, you need to make a research on the company, because that's also could be some of the question on the interview. Uh, you need to prepare your own questions. They need to be professional ones, uh, accordingly to the job title, to maybe something they just recently launched, about your own role in the company. You need to investigate the people, not only the recruiter, but like who are those people who are working in the company, what are their background, experience wise, and of course, in general, research the company. Once you're gonna show up for the interview, you need to greet everyone who you meet on your way, which means you need to be sweet and nice with the receptionist, with the people on the parking, because it can be a colleague to the person who you just had the interview. And if you were rude to that person, that's how you're gonna be acting with the rest of the colleagues. So that's gonna break the atmosphere, and that's super important, because they sometimes ask, how did you experience this person earlier? How did you experience this person while he or she was waiting in the waiting room? So always be nice to everyone who you see, and greet them and say hello. That's super important, especially in Denmark. Yeah. Again, don't talk too much. Share your information accordingly to the needs of the company. So bring the keywords which are they requiring, which that they are asking for, and prepare them and start to build a story on this, so you can complete and describe yourself properly, professionally. And after, you can both write and call. And usually you don't get much out of like of an answer when you are like sending an email about like what is the status, like because you were supposed to get back to me but you never did, like but you can also call, because when you're calling, they're not expecting it, so they need to come with some information, and you will get a much more clear answer, and you will hear the tone, where you are, like whether you are going to be proceed on to for the next interview, or they simply already like sorted you out. So don't be afraid. In the beginning, like when I was much younger, it was quite of a little bit of mixed feelings about like whether should I call or contact, because I don't want to be desperate, but call, because there is a very big tendency right now with the ghosting candidates. So you might as well, because if you are the one who interested to get a job, so you are the one to need to bother them like as many times as you need in order to get an answer. And that's also how they know that you're actually interested. You're continuously interested in this job.
How about going physically to the office?
I would not recommend it, because you don't know whether, first of all, you would probably most likely not see the person who you are attending interview with. He or she will be busy or a meeting, so you will waste your time, and the receptionist most likely not going to give the information further on. So calling would be the best. That's something you get most out of it, because as I said, you can also hear the tone, and whether they're like, ah, yeah, like hesitating, not super like aware of like what's going on, then you can hear whether they already closed the process, they already selected a candidate. Then you can kind of like finalize it with yourself, whether you need to spend more time on that or not, or you just. But again, even though if you're expecting an answer, don't hesitate like to apply for different jobs either, because you need to have like 2 3 options open. So don't like just lock yourself to one point. uh, Use your time wisely.
Okay, suppose if I got a business card of someone from any job fair or some, is it okay to send the CV directly, or I need to ask that I'm interested to work in your company? May I send your CV or like this?
I would send directly if you got the business card. I'm attending a lot of different job fairs, and usually the companies are attending as well. We are not the company who provides the job. We are simply like the middleman. But there's 50 different stands for the 50 different companies, and they are more than happy to share their like personal information, so you can actually contact them after. But also when you talk, when you had a little talk, because before you actually got a business card, it means that you exchange couple of words, so they already noticed you, they already remember you out of what you said. Of course, I don't know like how positive, good, what kind of questions did you ask, but usually they will not give you their contact if they not find your profile interesting. So basically, this is already like inviting you to yeah, send the CV through the person. So yeah, for sure, this is like a big yes. Yeah, while you are doing all this job search and applying and looking for a job, again, you need to take all the courses you can take, um, so you can do the upskilling, extend your knowledge. I don't know, attend some webinars. We also have webinars, not so many in English right now because the most of it's happening in Danish, but we do sometimes. And if you are having a profile as job in Jobindex, then you also a part of a job agent. I will also talk a little bit. It's not on my presentation, but I will tell you about the job agent. Once you have included the job agent and activated it in your profile, it's also for free. It's like an add to your CV. You will receive either daily or every Saturday an email with all the news. And it's also before you will see the job posters, the relevant job posters, which is suitable for your profile. There will always be the like power news about the webinar coming up, QA webinars. Usually we actually do them in English because it's a different department. It's not the employment department who is doing it. It's absolutely free of charge. Whether it came in your report, something you can see the statistics. I don't know, a lot of companies are firing rounds right now, so that can also be interesting for you, because then you can maybe apply for this company, because firing rounds, it's not always because they need to get rid of people. That somehow like it's also sick, like they don't say it loud, but it's in between the line. It's because they just want somebody new, somebody fresh in the company, so they basically like make it clean due to like financial situation. But it's not always, because we just had a firing round, and I know like half of the people were taken because they simply got old. They're not promoting, they're not bringing in nothing to the company, and they always want some new fresh people who just finished their studies, coming with new ideas, new inputs. So yeah, so as soon as you see some of the company are firing, that's mean they want somebody in. So that you can also, that's where you can also apply. So yeah, webinars is super important. Everything you can find relevant for you through LinkedIn or anywhere, job search network as well, attend those webinars. The internships, you can also send an application where you can mention that you don't mind, or you're willing to, in order to get into the nice company or for your dream job, you can also offer yourself for a 1 month free internship. But you need to be selective, because so you don't get into like where you just simply like working 1 month here, 1 month here, 1 month here, and nothing is you need to offer your internship, like the yourself for free for 1 month, only for the top 3 companies where you want to work with, because you don't have time to offer this to everyone, and you might as well show yourself professionally to the company you actually really want to stay with. So this is something good to offer, but again, think who you send this offer to. So all of the knowledge you can obtain while you looking for a job, it's absolutely a bonus to your future. And then when I said like maybe you need to one step down, like this is for instance like Anna's case. She have it's somebody who we took from our Ukrainian course, like the people who came with a lot of experience. So basically, she holds a master degree. She came from abroad. She didn't have a professional network, and she's not used to work for a Danish market, so she don't know how to to entrance those companies, and how to speak with the people, because we have different cultures. So she isn't able to find the job in her field, all well, because the Danish is not she's not she cannot contribute with the Danish. So she goes in and take the cleaner job, like it can be cleaner job, it can be in service, it can be a receptionist, something which is not nothing have to do with her experience, but sometimes she do it with the company she wants to stay in. So basically she entered the company, and then from there she starts to navigate. And of course, on a side, attend Danish language classes, even with a little bit. It's much better than nothing, because they do really appreciate if you can something in their language. Even though everyone speaks English in Denmark, they still really appreciate when you speak Danish. Yeah, at least for trying. Maybe you're not gonna achieve it, but because you tried, it's an extra plus. And after some time, she landed a job as economist in a Danish company. So basically, we met her when the war started, and we saw the improvement of hers. So it is possible. It takes time. You don't have that time like she had 2 years, but you can start to maybe downgrade a little bit. And sometimes it's also a very nice instrument to a company you really wish to work for. That's also with the internship, where you can offer yourself as a free uh, worker for a month. So the common question, which is everybody struggling about, what is holding you back from searching the job you want right now? What would be uh, the challenges for you guys?
Yeah, right now, so language barrier.
And network, local network, the people who you can get in hold of, because you don't really have a lot, since you are new and you're only studying here. And also the it's not suitable for you, but usually it's also the qualifications. Sometimes people come with the qualifications from the foreign countries, which is not suitable here, or you need to take them over again. So but yeah, but language barrier and lack of network. True. So yeah, how you can take action, I basically spoke about it for like half an hour right now. But learn Danish, even a little goes a long way. um, Say yes to opportunities, even they're small. As I said, maybe step one, step down. uh, Maybe it's not super posh, maybe it's not cool, but it is here is all the job respected. You just need to figure out what is your bottom level, where you can, so you actually need to like be okay with yourself, not in order not to use your self confidence, because it's also demotivating sometimes. Build your network. You can also do it online. Use social media platforms. Attend some groups on Facebook. Expand your network. Uh, and yeah, get Danish experience by volunteer. You can do short volunteer, like by internship, and maybe do some part-time jobs, as I said. I don't know, like anything, something to do with your hobbies. You can maybe transfer it a job, like I don't know, instructor, coffee maker, DJ, anything. So yeah, because it's always like an extra mile, take an extra mile towards your future. So upscale yourself all the time. And yeah, and don't forget about the balance between the job search and like your free time and the job search. because sometimes if you do it like 24/7, as I said, assign some slots, because some people just do it because when you are like when you have a window of 6 months, it's quite short time, I would say. So, and if you really have it like in mind that you want to stay here, you need to stay here, you and you need to land a job, you maybe can also do it like non-stop the job search, so you can burn yourself out and also get a little bit negative from the response you get. But that's why balance. Mhm. So here's the group exercise I want to finalize the my presentation with. You need to go in groups, because the purpose is to analyze the job posting and match your educational and personal skills with the requirements. So basically, put it in words and describe your personal and professional skills into the job poster. You can find any job poster, and then you can add some keywords, taking into consideration your professional and your personal skills.
Like considering the recent changes in policy, like the Danish government is strictly against the immigrants. Basically, to be specific, Nepalese and Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So how, what is the perception on employers? Are they also trying to avoid this people from this community, or are they?
No, I wouldn't say that your community is in danger. It's not the countries which are having challenges with. Like, I just participated in this International Citizens Days for 3 days, where I had a lot of talks with people from Bangladesh, Nepal, like and all these countries. And there's, of course, most of them are in IT, but they don't really meet this problem of, like, like discrimination because you come from a certain company. I think it's more of challenges for different countries due to conflicts in the world. You know what I mean? So, but you are not in the fire zone, like, so. No. So Danish employers are open up. Yes, yes. And I noticed lately, like I check a lot of CV, and I also noticed, like recently, like the person is written, because I do the match also right now. I'm trying to see how the different departments work in our company, and why get the for instance a task. I'm looking into a job poster, and I need to deliver at least 50 candidates for the company who needs actually to apply. So I need to really, out of these million people who are in our database, find the ones who updated their CV, who fit in geographically. There's a lot of people started to write like, I'm from Bangladesh. Like, don't forget I'm from Bangladesh. And I was like, wow, because I don't, like it's different kind of people I'm working with. Like, I have group of different people coming in because we do something called Jobindex Plus right now. It's cost money to get a individual like job search, so you can come into the special, like closed community, and then I will personally twice a week send you job posters, maybe it's like 5 to 7, which actually is super 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 relevant to you, and you can apply and you can get something out of it. And so at different groups of people, like Ukrainians, these people, people from this match department, who I work like specifically maybe like with some companies. And I noticed that especially for Bangladesh, they write it down like as an extra, and I don't know why. It's because they're not secure, not. Sorry to interrupt, but one of the issue why they might have been mentioning is, yeah, insecurity is there, of course, but the other thing is about visa extension, because we, the students of IBA and from those private institutions, we have issue with our visa extension problem because we only have 3 or 2 years of visa permits. Yeah. After that, we need extension. Yeah, but it's not only you. It's a lot of countries also have the same things.
Also, like especially for the countries from South Asia,
Yeah.
Siri is strict with visa extension. One, and the another thing is the company should be willing to provide, and which most of the companies, I don't know, might or might not.
But I mean, after 2 3 years, it only depends on how you are doing it. Like how are you contributing to the company. So if you are an important employee and they really need your skills, obviously they're gonna prolong it. If they find you maybe like not 100% qualified, or maybe they can also get it with a Dane, I don't know, and it's easier with a local person or person who comes closer from like from Europe. That's where the like it's a competition.
It's about how you improve your value or how you position yourself in the company.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. And they also look into like how are you dealing, like atmosphere wise, how are you fitting in the culture of the company, and of the way they like, because they observing you not only by how professionally you're doing, but also like how you fit in, whether you are also happy to be a part of this, because you see people that they do it for a job, like okay, we show up, we do it like machine, but there's like it's like it seems like you're unhappy, and when they see that, that means that something is not going well, because a lot of time they do a lot of like statistics and checks on that area in Denmark, because they want to have the um, happy employees, like a good vibe, a nice atmosphere. That's also part. So if you are not fitting in, if you are like doing it for yourself, you're not participating, then it's kind of like then it's mean you're not happy with the place you work. So you deliver, but at the very end, you need to be like complete, So I think it's a lot of things, but I mean it's different in Denmark. I understand how you like. I'm living here for 25 years. I'm still learning, so I still like discover something new for me every time when I come to the office. I meet like different kind of people. So how I navigate, how I, what do I say, what do I don't say? You know what I mean? Uh, Also, not to harm yourself, like not to don't like. It's not that I'm saying that I'm a double moral. Like I'm trying to in a healthy way. But yeah, it's everything. So but I wouldn't like again coming back to the same, like don't find yourself your country to be like discriminating or somehow like having a different reaction, or maybe more challenging than so no.
So we have to be hopeful and do what it takes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you never know, but honestly, like I was in retail for 21 years, and I never looked for a job. I was always headhunted because it's a different procedure. Then as a 35 years old, I decided to change the branch, which I did recently, like almost 3 years ago. And I was like completely lost. I didn't know how to apply for a job. I didn't know what to do. Like didn't know how the market was, because I was like always landing a job easily, because I was staying in the same. But then I took like 6 different courses in 4 months, from one course to another. Like they basically I was like desperate. But then suddenly like I met some people, and I got the job through the network. So nothing like which I was applying for. Not that I didn't, I was. But at the same time as I was applying, I was attending the courses, webinars, podcasts, you name it. But it was through my network I found the job, and it was not my like close network. It was some contact I just like recently learned, or like got recommended to. So you never know where it's gonna hit. And I was willing to go for the receptionist job, because I knew that I don't have a master's degree. I don't even hold a bachelor degree, to be honest with you. I have life experience, I can talk, and I can deliver, because when I do something, I do it 100%, or I don't do it. So you see me in action, you give me a chance, and I will prove it to you, kind of like. So for that reason, I said it, I stated it. I don't have all of these professional papers. I don't have nothing to come with. I have a couple of certificates, because which is needy on the market right now, just to upscale myself. But yeah, it's basically my body language, my energy, and everything. So, and I really, I mean, I work in a company. I don't have, because I never took myself and completed my studies when I was supposed to do that. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I always work from through the life experience, you know, like, so from different situations. Yeah. So just do it. You never know where it's gonna the outcome will show up. I mean, it's guys up to you. If you want to do this group thing, you can do two or two, just to have a little like start, and start kind of like kick in those keywords. Or we can also do this. I can take one of the guys' profile, who is not, just to see how much you're feeling. What, like, let's say,
CV or
yeah, your CV on Jobindex. Yeah, let's do that. You again, don't limit yourself, because here maybe the company offer more than 40, you already cheat yourself. Maybe you are not then maybe they're thinking about 33,000, you are not taking into consideration already, so you already limit yourself to 100 different job posters.
So that column is not necessary to fill. That
No, this I would say, if we're talking about an executive role where you 100% needs to get 100K a month and it's not negotiable. But this always no. First of all, in Denmark, that's the part about talking about nobody shares information about your salary. Like, we always, back in my country, we know like where we are. You know, here it's not nice. It's a bad tone to talk about salaries. So basically, don't mention it, and you will always see it on the interview. Sometimes it goes like, but I would like to know about what are the like approximate salary, in order to whether I want to go for the second interview. Why wouldn't you go for the second interview? Because you didn't got announced the salary. The salary would be fine. I mean, it will be laying accordingly to the market. So don't limit yourself, and don't ask too quickly or too early, because then you will be like, okay, that's most thing you're interested in. You're not here for the like, you know what I mean? Of course, we're not dedicating our lives. Of course, we work for the money. Everything needs to be balanced, but don't ask too early and mention it, because you will get there. Obviously, you're gonna get to the point of the salary, but this is limit yourself to get to the different yeah.
if they ask to me about salary, then
Then you say, you can feel like you can say like, I was thinking, but for you, you probably only starting to job, so you don't know.
yeah,
So you would probably, in your case, I would say like, I wanted to hear what's the,
structure of
yeah, yeah. And then they will not go they will still announce what is it that they had in mind, and then also take into consideration what you can contribute with. But it wouldn't be that they would cheat you. It's not like, you know, a restaurant where you work and they try to get the most out of it, like basically slavery, like, you know, for 75 krona an hour or something. This is a company, like, so if we're talking about a serious job. So yeah, but remove, this is not where you need to put your focus on. Remove, make different selection of hiring kinds of like contracts, but focus always job titles. Find the concrete job titles you want to work with. As I said, Danish and English.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Can you translate this profile?
Yes,
English?
yes. You can translate it in English, in Danish. Here you can see.
No, like I want you to translate now.
Because you don't understand what is written.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Just right click on the page.
What do I do English here?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still Danish.
No, it's English. It's already English, no?
No, it's Danish.
You have to click on Danish, then it will be translated. Dance. No, no, no. Dance. What do you mean?
No,
Oh no. Yes. I'm sorry. I've used my
but
native
this is English
language.
now already.
Yes.
But you see, this is still in Danish.
I think this is his PDF might be. You can also go to the three dots in the right corner. Not
No,
that
this one, this
the
one.
last one, three columns. And there is a translate option. There should be. Yeah, over here.
It's the same. Pardon? But we are in English now.
This is what I told before to do that.
Yeah, but
But it doesn't make any.
no, it's not.
It's already in English.
So
It's already in English. The CV is already
this
in
is
English.
job
So you have to
index,
scroll down.
but it's bullshit. No.
Yeah, the CV is already in English. You can just scroll down. It's all converted.
Yes, I mean this is his. No, wait a second. This is
Before
Danish.
it was English. Before it was
Click on the
English.
English
The all
and
can you
about.
also English again about his experience.
It's already in English.
Now